Why is my life still like this? After all my hard work?
Mark was known as a hard-working man. He woke up early, slept late, and chased success with all his strength. To people around him, he looked blessed. He had a job, a house, food on the table, and a family that loved him. But inside his heart, Mark felt empty and restless. He complained about his job not paying enough, that his house was too small. Life was unfair to him, and God was too slow in answering his prayers. When Mark prayed, his prayers sounded like demands. God, give me this. God, fix that. God, why haven't you answered me yet? He believed gratitude was something people showed after life became perfect. Until then, he felt he had the right to complain. One evening, Mark lost his temper at work. A small mistake turned into a big argument. Words were spoken that could not be taken back. By the end of the day, Mark was told to take time off. As he drove home, anger burned inside him. After all my hard work, he muttered, this is how life treats me. At home, things were no better. The lights went out because the bill had not been paid on time. His wife tried to calm him, but Mark snapped. He went to bed angry, feeling like the world was against him. That night, Mark dreamed he was standing in an empty field. Everything around him was quiet. Then a voice spoke. Not loud, not scary, just calm. You ask for more, the voice said, but you do not see what you already have. Mark woke up sweating. The room was silent. The power was still out, but his heart felt heavy in a way he could not explain. He tried to shake it off. Dreams were just dreams, he told himself, but deep down, something had been stirred. The next morning, Mark woke up still upset. Nothing had changed. His job problem was still there. His money issues were still there. His prayers still felt unanswered. But something was different. As he sat at the table, he noticed his wife quietly making breakfast with care. He noticed the smell of warm food. He noticed the sound of birds outside the window. These were small things, things he usually ignored. For a moment, Mark felt uncomfortable. Why had he never noticed these things before? He pushed the thought away and went about his day, but everywhere he went, the same feeling followed him. He saw people smiling with less than he had. He saw peace where he expected anger. That night, Mark tried to pray, but his words felt empty. He stayed quiet, waiting for God to speak, but nothing happened. Days passed and Mark's situation did not improve. In fact, it got worse. The time off from work became unpaid. Bills stacked up. His confidence fell. One evening, Mark sat alone again, staring at the wall. I work hard, he said aloud. Why is nothing working for me? This time, instead of asking God for something, Mark paused. He remembered the dream. He remembered the silence. He remembered the small things he had noticed. Slowly, awkwardly, he said, God, thank you for today. The words felt strange in his mouth. Thank you for my wife. Thank you for food. Thank you that I'm still breathing. He stopped.
For the first time in a long time, Mark felt calm. Nothing outside changed, but something inside did. Gratitude did not fix Mark's problems overnight, but it changed how he carried them. The next days were still hard, but Mark stopped complaining as much. When things went wrong, he paused before speaking. When fear came, he prayed differently. Instead of, why me, he asked, what can I learn? Instead of, I deserve more, he said, thank you for what I have. People noticed. His wife noticed he was gentler. His friends noticed he listened more. Even at work, when he returned, his attitude was different. One afternoon, a coworker pulled him aside. You seem different, the man said. Calmer. Mark smiled softly. I stopped focusing on what I don't have. That simple change began opening doors Mark never expected. A small opportunity came up at work. Nothing big, nothing exciting. The old Mark would have complained. The new Mark accepted it with gratitude. He did his best, not because he wanted praise, but because he was thankful for the chance. That opportunity grew into another. One night, Mark sat in his living room again, but this time the lights were on. The house felt warm. His heart felt lighter. He thought about the man he used to be, always wanting, never thankful, always angry, never at peace. He realized something powerful. Gratitude did not change God, it changed him. Mark understood now that being grateful was not pretending life was perfect. It was choosing to see God even when life was hard. He knelt and prayed again. God, he said, I don't have everything I want, but I see now that I have more than enough. Tears filled his eyes, not from pain, but from peace. Months later, Mark's life looked different. Not perfect, not problem-free, but fuller. He still worked hard, he still faced challenges, but gratitude had become his habit. When good things came, he thanked God. When hard days came, he thanked God. When prayers were answered slowly, he also thanked God. And something beautiful happened. Joy followed gratitude. Not loud joy, not fake smiles, but deep, steady peace. Mark learned what many never do. A grateful heart can see miracles even before they arrive. Gratitude does not mean life is easy. It means you choose to see God even when life is hard. If this story spoke to your heart, take a moment today to say, God, I thank you. God bless you.